My beloved soul, pause for a moment, because what you are about to hear is not ordinary. This is not just another message passing by your ears. This is a divine interruption. Before this week is over, God is going to expose something that has been hidden, and it is closer to you than you think. You were not led here by accident. Here is a reason your spirit felt the pull to listen right now. Something has been concealed in the shadows, quietly operating, unnoticed, but heaven has already marked it for revelation. Feel this deeply. The timing is not random. The shift has already begun. What was once covered is now being uncovered. What was whispered in darkness is about to be brought into the light. And the most shocking part, you may have sensed it all along. That uneasy feeling, those moments when something didn't sit right in your spirit, that quiet inner voice trying to warn you. That was not imagination. That was divine insight preparing you for this exact moment. There is an energy building around you, a spiritual tension that cannot be ignored anymore. It's like the air before a storm, still, heavy, and filled with anticipation. God is moving behind the scenes, orchestrating events, aligning truths, and positioning everything perfectly so that what needs to be revealed will come out at the exact right second. Not too early, not too late. Perfect timing. And standing beside you in this moment is Archangel Michael, the protector, the warrior of truth. He is not here by coincidence. His presence signals that what is about to be revealed is significant. He does not arrive for small matters. He comes when deception must be cut away, when truth must rise, and when you need divine protection as everything unfolds. His sword is already drawn, not in fear, but in power, ready to sever anything false that has been lingering in your life. But listen carefully, this revelation may not come in the way you expect. It may arrive suddenly, through a conversation, a message, a discovery, or even a moment of realization that hits you like lightning. 1 second everything feels normal, and the next clarity breaks through like dawn after a long night. You will see things differently. You will understand what was once confusing. Pieces will connect, and what seemed hidden will become undeniable. This is not meant to harm you. This is meant to free you. Because what stays hidden keeps you bound, but what is revealed gives you power. God is not exposing this to punish you. He is exposing it to protect you. There is something you need to see clearly now. Something that can no longer remain in the dark if you are to step into what has been prepared for you. So prepare your heart. Stay alert. Watch closely. The next few days carry a weight, a significance that cannot be ignored. You are standing at the edge of a revelation that could change everything. And when it happens, you will remember this moment and you will realize that heaven tried to tell you first. Tell me, are you ready to see what has been hidden? Listen closely, because what is unfolding in your life right now is not chaos. It is divine order in motion. God does not reveal things randomly, and He certainly does not expose hidden truths without purpose. There is a sacred timing behind everything, a rhythm that only heaven fully understands. And right now, you are stepping into a moment that has already been written, already been decided, already been prepared long before you even sensed something was off. You may be wondering, why now? Why is this truth coming to light at this exact point in your life? The answer is simple, yet profound. You are finally ready to see it. There were moments in your past when this truth could have been revealed, but it would have overwhelmed you, confused you, or even broken your spirit. God, in His wisdom, kept it covered, not to deceive you, but to protect you until your strength, your awareness, and your discernment had grown. There is something powerful about divine delay. It is not denial. It is preparation. While you were living your life, going through your struggles, learning your lessons, and growing through your experiences, God was allowing time to shape you. Every challenge you faced, every moment you questioned, every time you felt uncertain, it was all building your capacity to handle what is about to be revealed. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was sluchayakakino. Every step brought you closer to this moment of clarity. And now, the veil is lifting. What was hidden could not stay hidden forever. There is a spiritual law that governs truth. Eventually, it must come into the light. No matter how deeply something is buried, no matter how carefully it is concealed, when God decides it is time, nothing can stop the exposure. Not silence, not manipulation, not fear, nothing. Truth has a voice, and that voice is beginning to rise. You may already feel it in subtle ways. Conversations may seem different. People around you may act slightly out of character. Situations that once felt stable may begin to shift. This is not coincidence. This is the beginning of revelation. God is aligning circumstances in such a way that what has been hidden will reveal itself naturally, without force, without confusion, just undeniable clarity. Archangel Michael is actively working in this process. His role is not only to protect you, but to bring justice and truth into alignment. Where there has been deception, he cuts through it. Where there has been confusion, he brings clarity. Where there have been hidden agendas, he exposes them with precision. His presence ensures that when the truth comes out, it will not destroy you, it will empower you. But here is something important you must understand. Not every truth feels good when it is first revealed. Sometimes, the exposure comes with discomfort. Sometimes, it challenges what you believe. Sometimes, it forces you to see people or situations in a completely different light. This is where many people struggle. They resist the truth because it does not match their expectations. Do not make that mistake. When the revelation comes, receive it with an open heart. Even if it surprises you, even if it shakes you for a moment. Because on the other side of that moment is freedom. On the other side is clarity. On the other side is the ability to move forward without the weight of confusion holding you back. This week is not ordinary. There is a spiritual unveiling taking place, and you are at the center of it. Stay grounded. Stay aware. And most importantly, stay connected to God. Because as the truth begins to surface, your peace will not come from understanding everything instantly. It will come from trusting the one who is revealing it to you. Something hidden is about to come into the light. And when it does, everything will begin to make sense. There are signs, clear, undeniable signs, that something hidden is about to be revealed in your life. These are not random occurrences. They are spiritual signals, carefully placed, gently repeated, and sometimes even loudly emphasized to get your attention. And if you have been paying close attention, you may already recognize that something unusual has been happening within you and around you. It often begins within your spirit. A quiet discomfort that you cannot fully explain. You find yourself questioning things you once accepted without hesitation. Situations that once felt normal now feel uncertain. There is a subtle shift, like your inner voice is trying to guide you somewhere deeper, somewhere more truthful. That is not anxiety. That is discernment awakening within you. Then come the dreams. Pay attention to what your mind reveals when your body is at rest. God often speaks in symbols, in images, in repeated themes that seem strange at first but carry powerful meaning. You may dream of conversations, of places, of people behaving in ways that feel significant. You may wake up with a feeling that something is being shown to you, even if you cannot fully understand it yet. These are not meaningless visions. They are glimpses behind the curtain, previews of what is soon to come into full clarity. You may also notice patterns repeating in your waking life. The same type of situation appearing again. The same kind of behavior from someone. The same question rising in your mind over and over again. This is how truth begins to surface, through repetition that cannot be ignored. God allows you to see the pattern before He reveals the full picture, so that when the truth finally appears, you recognize it instantly. And then there is the shift in energy around you. People may begin to reveal more than they intend. Words slip out. Actions no longer align with what has been said. Small inconsistencies begin to form cracks in what once seemed solid. It is not that these things are suddenly happening. It is that you are now able to see them clearly. The veil is thinning, and your awareness is sharpening. Archangel Michael is deeply present in this stage. He is heightening your intuition, strengthening your perception, and guiding your spirit to notice what you once overlooked. He does not force the truth upon you. He prepares you to recognize it. His energy brings a sense of alertness, a quiet knowing that something important is unfolding. Trust that feeling. It is there to protect you. There may also be emotional waves that come without warning. Moments where you feel uneasy, followed by sudden clarity. Times when you feel drawn to distance yourself from certain people or situations without fully understanding why. Do not ignore these instincts. Your spirit is responding to something your conscious mind has not fully processed yet. But here is the key. Do not rush the revelation. Let it unfold. When God reveals something, He does it in a way that leaves no doubt. You will not need to chase the truth. It will come to you. What is hidden will make itself known, clearly and unmistakably. Your role is not to force it, but to remain open, aware, and spiritually grounded. This is a sacred moment of awakening. You are being guided to see beyond the surface, to understand what has been concealed, and to step into a higher level of awareness. And when the truth fully reveals itself, you will realize that these signs were not random. They were preparation. Now receive this with faith and intention. Type "I receive divine clarity" in the comments if you feel this message aligning with your spirit. Blessing code 528 has just been activated over your life. This number carries the energy of transformation and truth, and as you receive it, you are aligning yourself with the revelation that is already in motion. And as this truth begins to unfold in your life, hear this call deeply within your spirit. If this message has found you at the exact moment you needed it, then you are not just a listener. You are part of a greater mission. God is using this platform as a vessel to reach souls who are lost, confused, and searching for light. Every message shared becomes a seed planted in someone's darkness. I feel led to speak this directly. As you receive this revelation, step into the flow of giving. The word says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." This is not just a verse. It is a living promise speaking over you right now. When you sow into what feeds your spirit, you become a channel through which God continues to move. If your heart is stirred, take action in this moment. Support this mission through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link provided in the description and through the QR code on the screen. This is not just support. It is a prophetic act. As you give, you are declaring, "I am part of spreading truth. I am part of bringing light where there is darkness." Heaven sees your obedience. And as you release your seed, may clarity, protection, and divine revelation overflow into your life in ways you did not expect. The signs are clear. The shift has begun. and what hath been hidden will not remain hidden any longer. There is a force moving around you right now that you cannot see with your physical eyes, yet you can feel its presence if you become still enough. This is not imagination. This is the divine intervention of Archangel Michael, the warrior of truth, the protector appointed to stand guard over those who are about to step into revelation. His presence in your life at this moment is not symbolic. It is active, precise, and purposeful. Archangel Michael does not arrive quietly when truth is about to be exposed. His energy carries authority. It disrupts what is false. It shakes what is unstable. It brings a sharp clarity that cuts through confusion like a blade through darkness. If you have been feeling a sudden urge to question things more deeply, to look beyond appearances, to no longer accept things at face value, this is not sluchadikakino. This is his influence guiding you to see what has been hidden beneath the surface. There are spiritual battles that happen long before anything is revealed in the physical world. What you are about to witness did not begin today. It has been unfolding behind the scenes, in ways you could not perceive. Deception does not collapse easily. It resists. It hides. It adapts. But truth, when backed by divine authority, cannot be suppressed forever. Archangel Michael stands at the center of that authority, ensuring that what is meant to be revealed will break through every barrier that once kept it concealed. You may notice that certain illusions in your life are starting to weaken. Things that once seemed certain are now being questioned. People who once appeared one way may begin to show different sides of themselves. Situations that felt stable may start to reveal cracks. This is not destruction. It is exposure. It is the removal of what was never truly aligned with your path. Understand this clearly. When Archangel Michael intervenes, he does not do so halfway. He brings complete truth. That means nothing hidden can remain partially concealed. Everything connected to the situation will begin to surface, piece by piece, until the full picture is visible. This process may feel intense at times because it removes the comfort of illusion. But it replaces it with something far greater, certainty. There is also a protective layer in this process that you must not overlook. As truth is revealed, you are being shielded. You are not being left vulnerable. Archangel Michael's presence ensures that whatever comes to light does not harm your spirit but instead strengthens it. You are being guided, not abandoned. Watched over, not exposed without support. At times, you may feel a sudden distance forming between you and certain people or environments. It may feel subtle at first, like a quiet pull away from something you once felt connected to. This is not loss, it is alignment. You are being repositioned so that when the truth is revealed, you are not entangled in confusion or emotional chaos. You are being placed in a position of clarity and strength. It is also important to understand that truth does not only expose others, it can also reveal things within yourself. Hidden emotions, overlooked instincts, and truths you may have avoided are also part of this unveiling. This is not to shame you but to elevate you. When you see clearly, you gain the power to grow, to shift, and to step into a higher level of awareness. Archangel Michael works with precision. Nothing he does is random. Every moment of realization, every shift in perception, every sudden understanding, it is all part of a carefully orchestrated process designed to bring you into alignment with truth. And once that alignment is complete, nothing will feel uncertain anymore. So if you feel intensity building, if you sense that something is about to surface, do not fear it. This is not chaos entering your life. This is order being restored. This is truth reclaiming its place. And you are being prepared to stand in it, fully aware, fully protected, and fully empowered. What is hidden is already being uncovered, and with Archangel Michael standing beside you, there is nothing to fear in what is about to be revealed. There is a moment that comes when truth is no longer approaching. It arrives. And when it does not knock softly. It enters your awareness with a force that can feel overwhelming at first. This is the emotional impact of revelation, and you must be prepared for it, not with fear, but with understanding. Because what you feel in that moment is not weakness. It is the release of everything that has been held beneath the surface for far too long. When something hidden is exposed, your first reaction may not become clarity. It may be shock, a sudden stillness, as if time pauses for a brief second while your mind tries to process what your spirit already understands. You may find yourself replaying moments, conversations, and memories, connecting pieces that once seemed unrelated. This is natural. Your mind is catching up to what your spirit has already sensed. Then, for some, there comes a wave of emotion, confusion, disappointment, even a sense of betrayal depending on what is revealed. You may ask yourself questions. How did this stay hidden? Why didn't I see this sooner? Was there something I missed? These thoughts can feel heavy, but do not allow them to pull you into self-blame. Remember, there was a reason this truth was not revealed earlier. You were not meant to see it until now. At the same time, there is another emotion that begins to rise, quietly but powerfully: relief. Yes, even in the middle of surprise or discomfort, there is a sense of release. Because deep within you, something recognizes that what hath been revealed was necessary. The tension you may have carried without fully understanding it begins to dissolve. The confusion that once lingered starts to clear. And in that space, clarity begins to take root. This is where many people make a critical mistake. They react too quickly. They allow the initial wave of emotion to control their response. But you are being called to move differently. You are being guided to pause, to breathe, and to remain grounded. Do not rush to confront, to explain, or to act impulsively. Truth does not require immediate reaction. It requires wise response. Archangel Michael remains present in this moment, not only as a revealer of truth, but as a stabilizer of your spirit. His role now is to help you stand firm, to keep your emotions from overwhelming your judgment, and to remind you that you are still in control. You are not powerless in this situation. In fact, you are stepping into a position of greater power because now you see clearly. There is also a deeper layer to this emotional experience that you must recognize. Sometimes, the pain is not just about what has been revealed, it is about what it changes. Truth has a way of shifting perspectives, of altering how you see people, situations, and even yourself. This can feel like a loss at first, but in reality, it is a transformation. You are not losing something real. You are losing an illusion that no longer serves you. And once that illusion is gone, something stronger begins to form. Confidence. Not the loud, surface-level kind, but a quiet, unshakable confidence rooted in clarity. When you know the truth, you are no longer guessing. You are no longer uncertain. You are no longer held back by doubt. You begin to move with intention, with awareness, and with a sense of direction that was not available to you before. It is also important to give yourself space in this process. Do not expect to understand everything instantly. Do not pressure yourself to feel a certain way. Allow the emotions to pass through you without controlling you. Observe them, acknowledge them, but do not let them define your actions. You are being guided to respond from a place of strength, not reaction. What is happening right now is not meant to break you. It is meant to refine you. Every emotion you feel is part of the release, part of the clearing, part of the preparation for what comes next. Because once the truth is fully seen and fully accepted, you step into a new level of awareness that changes how you move forward. So when that moment comes, when the hidden becomes visible, stand still within yourself. Let the wave pass. Let clarity settle. And remember, this is not the end of something. This is the beginning of seeing your life exactly as it is, without distortion, without confusion, and without anything standing between you and the truth. There is a question that may rise within you as everything begins to unfold, and it is a deeply human one. Why was this hidden from me in the first place? If this truth was so important, why did it remain concealed for so long? These questions are natural, but the answer requires you to look beyond surface understanding and step into a deeper awareness of how God works in your life. Not everything hidden is meant to harm you. Sometimes, what is concealed is actually protecting you until the right moment arrives. There are seasons in life where knowing too much too soon would have disrupted your path, distracted your focus, or even caused you to make decisions that were not aligned with your growth. God, in His wisdom, does not reveal everything at once. He reveals in layers, in stages, in perfect timing. Think about where you were emotionally, mentally, and spiritually some time ago. Would you have handled this truth the same way then as you can now? Would you have responded with clarity, or would it have pulled you into confusion, fear, or impulsive action? There is a strength within you now that did not exist before. There is a level of awareness that has been developed through your experiences. That growth was necessary. The period of concealment was not a mistake. It was preparation. During that time, you were learning lessons you did not even realize were connected to this moment. You were developing patience, discernment, resilience, and inner strength. Each challenge you faced was shaping your ability to stand firm when truth finally appeared. What felt like unrelated struggles were actually building the foundation you needed to handle this revelation with maturity and wisdom. There is also another layer to this that you must understand. Sometimes, God allows something to remain hidden because it is still unfolding. Not everything is ready to be revealed at once because the situation itself is not yet complete. There are pieces that needed to come together, actions that needed to take place, and patterns that needed to fully form so that when the truth is exposed, it is undeniable. If something had been revealed too early, it may have appeared incomplete, unclear, or even misleading. But now, as the full picture comes into view, there will be no confusion. You will not need to question what you are seeing. The clarity will be strong, direct, and unmistakable. That is the power of divine timing. It removes doubt. Archangel Michael has also been active during this hidden phase, even when you were not aware of it. His protection did not begin when the truth started to surface. It hath been present all along. He has been guarding you from harm, guiding your steps away from danger, and ensuring that even while something was hidden, you were not being negatively affected in ways that could have caused lasting damage. There may have been moments when you felt redirected without understanding why. Times when plans did not go the way you expected, when certain connections did not deepen, or when you felt an unexplained hesitation about something. Those were not random interruptions. Those were acts of protection. You were being kept at a distance from something you were not yet meant to fully see. Now, that distance is no longer needed. The moment of revelation has arrived because you are no longer in a place where this truth can harm you. Instead, it will empower you. It will give you the clarity you need to make decisions that are aligned with your highest good. It will remove uncertainty and replace it with understanding. But here's something you must hold on to. Do not look back at the hidden period with frustration or regret. Do not think of it as lost time or missed awareness. It was necessary. It served a purpose. It brought you to where you are now, a place where you can see clearly and respond wisely. Everything is aligning now, not by chance but by design. The delay, the concealment, the gradual unfolding, it was all part of a divine plan that is now reaching its moment of truth. And as this truth continues to reveal itself, remember this: nothing was hidden without reason, and nothing is being revealed without purpose. There is a quiet preparation that happens before any truth is revealed, and many people overlook it because it does not appear dramatic or obvious. But if you look closely at your own journey, you will begin to see that you have been prepared for this moment in ways you did not fully recognize. Nothing you have gone through recently has been random. Every experience has been shaping you, strengthening you, and aligning you for what you are now about to see clearly. God does not reveal truth to someone who is not ready to handle it. That readiness is not about perfection. It is about stability. It is about being able to stand in truth without collapsing under its weight. And over time, you have been developing that stability, even in moments when you felt uncertain or tested. You may recall times when you were forced to rely more on your intuition than on what you were being told. Moments when you had to trust your inner sense even when external circumstances seemed to suggest something different. Those were not SLU. Those were training grounds. You were learning how to listen beyond words, how to feel beyond appearances, how to recognize truth even when it was not fully visible. There were also moments when you had to stand alone in your understanding. Times when others did not see what you felt, when your perspective was questioned, or when you doubted yourself because there was no clear evidence to support what your spirit was sensing. Those moments were difficult, but they were necessary. They strengthened your inner voice. They taught you not to depend entirely on external validation, but to trust the discernment that was growing within you. This is how preparation works. It does not always feel like preparation. Sometimes it feels like confusion, like waiting, like being tested. But behind all of that, something powerful is forming. You are becoming someone who can handle truth without being shaken by it. Archangel Michael has been guiding this preparation with precision. He has been helping you develop spiritual awareness, sharpening your ability to sense what is real and what is not. His influence has been subtle but consistent. The moments when you felt a sudden clarity, a strong instinct, or an unexplainable knowing, those were signs of his guidance strengthening your perception. He has also been helping you release attachments that could have made this revelation more difficult. Certain emotional dependencies, expectations, or illusions have already started to weaken in your life. You may have noticed that you are not as easily affected by certain things as you once were. Situations that might have overwhelmed you before no longer have the same impact. This is not detachment in a negative sense. It is emotional balance. And that balance is important, because when the truth is revealed, it requires you to see things as they are, not as you wish them to be. It requires you to accept reality without distortion. That level of acceptance can only come when you are not overly attached to a specific outcome or belief. You are now stepping into that space. There is also a shift happening in your mindset. You are becoming more observant, more reflective, more aware of patterns and behaviors. You are no longer taking everything at face value. You are asking deeper questions, even if only within yourself. This is a sign that your awareness has expanded. You are no longer operating on the surface. You are seeing beneath it. All of this is preparation. And now you are reaching the point where preparation meets revelation. The foundation has been built. The strength hath been developed. The awareness hath been activated. You are no longer the same person you were before, and because of that, you are now capable of seeing and understanding what is about to be revealed. But there is one final aspect of preparation that you must embrace: trust. Not blind trust in people or situations, but trust in God's process. Trust that what is being revealed is for your benefit. Trust that even if it feels unexpected, it is aligned with your path. Trust that you are not being led into confusion, but into clarity. As you stand at this threshold, understand that you are not unprepared. You are not being thrown into something you cannot handle. You have been guided every step of the way to this moment. And now, as the truth begins to fully emerge, you will not face it as someone uncertain or unready. You will face it as someone who hath been shaped, strengthened, and prepared to see clearly and move forward with confidence. There is something important you must be ready for as the truth begins to fully reveal itself, and it is this: not everyone will accept it at the same moment you do. When something hidden comes into the light, it does not just affect you, it affects everyone connected to it. And while you are being prepared to see clearly, others may still be holding on to illusion, denial, or resistance. This is where your strength will be tested in a different way. When truth appears, it does not always come with agreement. Some people may avoid it. Some may try to explain it away. Others may become defensive, shifting the focus, minimizing what is being revealed, or even attempting to make you question what you clearly see. This is not because the truth is unclear. It is because accepting it requires change, and not everyone is ready for that. You must understand this deeply. Just because someone resists the truth does not make it any less real. There is a natural human tendency to want validation from others, especially when something significant is revealed. You may feel the urge to seek confirmation, to have others acknowledge what you now understand. But this is where you must remain grounded. Your clarity does not depend on someone else's agreement. What God reveals to you is not subject to human approval. Archangel Michael's presence becomes even more important in this phase. He is not only revealing truth, he is helping you stand firm in it. His energy strengthens your ability to remain calm and centered, even when others around you may react with confusion or resistance. He reminds you that truth does not need to be forced. It stands on its own. There may also be moments when you question yourself, not because the truth is unclear, but because the reactions of others create a temporary sense of doubt. This is a subtle but powerful challenge. When multiple voices push against what you know, it can create a moment of hesitation. But this is where your preparation becomes essential. Return to what you have seen. Return to what you have felt. Return to the clarity that came to you without force. That clarity was not SL. It was revealed to you for a reason, and it does not disappear simply because someone else refuses to see it. There is also a deeper layer of resistance that can appear, not just from others, but within yourself. Sometimes, even when truth is clear, there can be a part of you that wishes it were different. A part that tries to soften it, to reinterpret it, or to delay fully accepting it. This is natural, especially if the truth changes something you were comfortable with. But you are being called to rise above that. Truth is not given to you so that you can reshape it into something easier. It is given so that you can align with it as it is. And once you fully accept it, without resistance, you step into a level of clarity that cannot be shaken by outside influence. This does not mean you need to confront everyone or prove your understanding. In fact, wisdom often calls for the opposite. Not every truth needs to be spoken immediately. Not every realization needs to be shared. Sometimes, the most powerful position is quiet clarity, seeing everything, understanding everything, and choosing your actions carefully. Archangel Michael guides you in this discernment. He helps you know when to speak and when to remain silent, when to act and when to observe. His presence ensures that you do not move from emotion, but from awareness. As this phase unfolds, you may also notice a natural separation taking place. Not forced, not dramatic, but subtle and clear. Certain connections may begin to feel different. Certain dynamics may shift. This is not something to fear. It is alignment adjusting itself based on truth. You are not losing anything that is meant for you. You are simply moving out of what is no longer aligned with your clarity. Stand firm in what you now see. Do not let resistance, whether from others or within yourself, pull you back into confusion. You have been brought to this moment to step fully into truth, not halfway, not partially, but completely. Now receive this with intention. Type "I stand in truth" in the comments if you are ready to walk in clarity without fear. Blessing code 911 has just been released over your life. A number of awakening, alignment, and spiritual authority. As you receive it, you are declaring that you will no longer be moved by illusion, but grounded in truth. And in this powerful moment of standing in truth, hear this calling placed upon your spirit. What is being revealed to you is not only for your freedom, it is part of a greater light that is meant to reach others who are still in darkness. This message, this channel, this space, it is a vessel through which God is awakening hearts across the world. I speak this directly to you. As you sow into the light, you become a carrier of the light. The word declares, those who sow in righteousness will reap a harvest of unfailing love. This is not symbolic. It is a living promise over your life right now. If your spirit is stirred, do not delay your response. Step into this moment as an act of obedience. Support this mission through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link provided in the description and through the QR code visible to you. This is not just giving. It is a prophetic seed. It is your declaration that you are aligned with truth and committed to spreading it. As you release your seed, may doors of clarity open wider in your life. May confusion be removed. May protection surround you. And may every hidden thing that needs to be revealed come into the light without delay. Stand strong. The truth is no longer hidden. Now that the truth is no longer hidden, something powerful begins to take place within you. Something that cannot be reversed. It is the shift from confusion to clarity, from uncertainty to understanding, from limitation to freedom. This is the true purpose of revelation. It is not simply to expose what was concealed, but to release you from everything that concealment was holding over your life. For a long time, even if you were not fully aware of it, something hidden was influencing your thoughts, your emotions, and your decisions. When truth is covered, it creates a subtle weight. You may not always recognize it, but it shows up as hesitation, as second-guessing, as a feeling that something is not fully right. That weight has now been lifted, and in its place, there is a new sense of space within you. Freedom does not always arrive with loud celebration. Sometimes, it begins quietly. It begins in the moment you realize you are no longer confused. The questions that once circled your mind lose their power. The uncertainty that once held you back begins to fade. And in that quiet clarity, you start to feel something you may not have felt in a long time: certainty. This certainty is not based on assumption. It is not based on what someone told you. It is rooted in what you now see for yourself. And when you see something clearly, you no longer need to rely on guesswork. You move differently. You think differently. You begin to make decisions from a place of awareness instead of doubt. Archangel Michael remains present in this stage, but his role now shifts slightly. While he has been guiding the revelation, he is now strengthening your ability to move forward with what you know. He is helping you stand confidently in your clarity, without hesitation, without fear of stepping into the unknown. Because what once felt unknown is now illuminated. You may begin to notice that your energy feels lighter. Situations that once drained you no longer have the same effect. Conversations that once left you confused now feel clear and direct. You are no longer trying to figure things out. You are understanding them as they are. This is what happens when truth replaces illusion and simplifies what was once complicated. There is also a sense of empowerment that comes with this freedom. Not a loud or aggressive power, but a quiet strength. You begin to trust yourself more. You begin to rely on your own perception. You no longer feel the need to constantly seek reassurance from others. You know what you know, and that knowing becomes your foundation. But with this freedom comes responsibility. When you see clearly, you are called to act with wisdom. You are no longer in a position where you can ignore what is in front of you. The truth has given you insight, and that insight must now guide your next steps. This does not mean rushing into immediate action. It means moving with intention. It means allowing clarity to shape your decisions, rather than emotion or pressure. There is a difference between reacting and responding, and you are now being guided to respond from a place of awareness. You may also begin to feel a shift in your direction. Paths that once seemed right may no longer feel aligned. Opportunities that once attracted you may no longer hold the same appeal. This is not confusion. It is realignment. When truth enters your life, it naturally adjusts your path to match your new level of understanding. Do not resist this shift. It is leading you towards something better, something more aligned with who you are becoming. There is also a deeper level of peace that begins to form within you. Not because everything around you has changed instantly, but because your perception has changed. You are no longer trying to hold on to something that was not real. You are no longer investing energy into uncertainty. You are standing on solid ground, and from that ground, you can move forward with confidence. This is the breakthrough that comes from exposure. What was once hidden no longer has power over you. What once created confusion no longer controls your direction. You have stepped into a space where you can see clearly, think clearly, and act clearly. So embrace this freedom. Do not look back at what was hidden with regret. Look at what has been revealed as a gift. Because it has given you something far more valuable than comfort. It has given you truth. And with truth, you are no longer limited. You are no longer bound. You are free to move forward into what is truly meant for you. Now that the truth has been revealed and clarity has settled within you, the next step becomes one of the most important phases of this entire journey: how you respond. Revelation without wisdom can lead to unnecessary conflict, regret, or missed opportunities. But revelation guided by discernment becomes a powerful force that shapes your future in the right direction. You are no longer in the dark. You are no longer guessing. And because of that, your response must come from a place of awareness, not reaction. This is where many people lose their balance. They allow the intensity of what they have discovered to push them into immediate action. But you are being called to move differently. You are being called to pause, to observe, and to let wisdom guide your next steps. The first thing you must understand is that not every truth requires confrontation. There is a belief that once something is revealed, it must be immediately addressed, spoken about, or challenged. But that is not always the highest path. Sometimes, the most powerful response is quiet adjustment, seeing clearly and choosing to move differently without creating unnecessary noise. Archangel Michael is guiding you strongly in this area. His presence is not only about exposing truth, but about helping you act with precision. He brings a sense of calm control, reminding you that you do not need to prove anything to anyone. You do not need to force outcomes. What hath been revealed already speaks for itself. There may be situations where action is necessary. There may be moments where you are called to set boundaries, to distance yourself, or to make decisions that reflect your new understanding. But even in those moments, your strength will come from calm clarity, not emotional reaction. When you act from clarity, your decisions are firm, steady, and free from regret. It is also important to recognize the difference between impulse and intuition. Impulse is quick, emotional, and often driven by the initial shock of revelation. Intuition, on the other hand, is steady, quiet, and consistent. It does not rush you. It guides you step by step, giving you a sense of knowing about what to do and when to do it. As you move forward, lean into that intuitive guidance. Give yourself time to process what has been revealed. Allow your thoughts to settle. Let your emotions stabilize. And then, from that place of inner balance, begin to take action where it is needed. There is also wisdom in choosing what to share and what to keep to yourself. Not everyone needs to know what you have discovered. Not every realization needs to be spoken aloud. Sometimes, keeping your understanding within you allows you to move more freely, without interference or unnecessary opinions. This does not mean hiding the truth. It means protecting your clarity. You are no longer in a place where you need external validation. What you have seen is enough. What you understand is enough. And from that place, you can make decisions that are aligned with your highest good. Another key aspect of your response is patience. Even though the truth has been revealed, not everything needs to change overnight. Some shifts will happen naturally over time. Some situations will resolve themselves as you begin to move differently. Trust that not everything requires immediate action. Some things simply require awareness. You may also notice that as you respond with calm clarity, the environment around you begins to adjust. People may respond differently. Situations may shift without force. This is because when you operate from truth, you influence your surroundings in a subtle but powerful way. You are no longer reacting. You are leading your own path. Archangel Michael continues to stand beside you, ensuring that your steps are guided, your mind remains clear, and your spirit stays protected. You are not navigating this alone. There is divine support in every decision you make, as long as you remain grounded in truth. So take your time. Do not rush your response. Let wisdom lead you. Let clarity guide you. And remember, the way you respond now will shape what comes next. You have been given the gift of seeing clearly. Now, use that gift with intention, with patience, and with quiet strength. As everything settles and the truth fully integrates into your awareness, there is one final foundation you must anchor yourself in: trust. Not trust in circumstances, not trust in people, but trust in God's plan, even when it unfolds in ways you did not expect. Because now you can see clearly that nothing was revealed without purpose, and nothing came to light without divine intention behind it. When something hidden is exposed, it is easy to focus only on the surface of what was revealed. You may think the purpose was simply to show you what was wrong, what was concealed, or what needed to be corrected. But there is always something deeper at work. God does not reveal truth just to inform you. He reveals truth to reposition you. You are being moved, guided, and aligned in ways that go beyond what you can currently see. What has been exposed is not the end of the story. It is the turning point. It is the moment where your path begins to shift into something more aligned, more authentic, and more stable than before. There may still be moments where you reflect on what has been revealed, trying to fully understand it from every angle. This is natural. The mind seeks closure, explanation, and complete understanding. But you must remember that not every detail needs to be analyzed for you to move forward. Clarity does not always come from overthinking. It comes from acceptance. Accept what has been shown to you. Accept it without trying to reshape it, soften it, or question its validity. What you have seen is enough. What you have understood is enough. And as you accept it fully, something powerful begins to happen. You release the need to hold on to it emotionally. This is where true peace begins. Peace does not come from avoiding truth. It comes from standing in truth without being shaken by it. It comes from knowing that even when something unexpected is revealed, you are still guided, still protected, and still moving forward in alignment with a greater plan. Archangel Michael's presence at this stage is one of reassurance and strength. He is no longer guiding you to see. He is guiding you to stand firmly in your understanding, to stand without fear, to stand without being pulled back into confusion or doubt. His energy surrounds you with a sense of calm authority, reminding you that you are exactly where you need to be. There is also a deeper realization that begins to form within you. Nothing that was revealed could have been avoided, and nothing that was hidden could have remained hidden forever. This understanding removes regret. It removes the what-if questions. It replaces them with acceptance and forward movement. You begin to see that everything happened in the exact way it needed to happen to bring you to this point. Every delay, every moment of uncertainty, every hidden detail, it all led to this clarity. And now that you have it, you are no longer the same person you were before. You are more aware, more grounded, more aligned. This alignment will begin to reflect in every area of your life. The way you think, the way you respond, the way you make decisions, it will all carry a different energy now. You will no longer operate from confusion or assumption. You will move with certainty and quiet confidence. And as you continue forward, new opportunities will begin to appear, opportunities that are aligned with truth, not illusion. Connections that are genuine, not hidden. Paths that are clear, not uncertain. This is what happens when truth becomes your foundation. It attracts what is real and removes what is not. So hold on to this understanding as you move ahead. Nothing in your life is unfolding without reason. What hath been revealed was necessary. What has shifted was meant to shift. And what lies ahead is already being prepared for you. Trust the process. Trust the timing. And most importantly, trust that you are being guided exactly where you need to be. Because now, with truth fully in your awareness, you are no longer walking blindly. You are walking with clarity, with strength, and with a deep knowing that everything is unfolding for your highest good. Beloved, as this message comes to its gentle close, feel the stillness that now surrounds you. Not the stillness of uncertainty, but the stillness of understanding. Something has shifted within you. What once felt hidden, confusing, or uncertain has now been brought into the light, and with that light comes a calm you may not have expected at the beginning of this journey. You have walked through the tension, the questions, the emotional waves, and now you stand in a place of clarity. And here, in this moment, you are reminded of something deeply important. God never reveals without restoring. He never exposes without protecting. He never removes illusion without replacing it with something real, something steady, something aligned with your path. What has been revealed to you was not meant to break you. It was meant to free you. And now that you are free from what was hidden, you can breathe differently. You can think differently. You can move forward without that quiet weight that once lingered in your spirit. There is no need to rush now. No need to force anything. Everything that needed to come into the light has done so, and everything that needs to unfold next will happen in its own divine timing. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Archangel Michael remains with you, but his presence now feels different. It is no longer the intensity of revelation. It is the calm of protection. He stands beside you, not with urgency, but with assurance. His energy surrounds you like a shield, reminding you that as you move forward, you are not stepping into uncertainty. You are stepping into alignment. Let your heart rest in that. There may still be moments when you reflect on what has been revealed, but do not let those reflections pull you backward. Let them remind you of how far you have come. Let them show you the strength you now carry. You have seen clearly, and that clarity is a gift that will continue to guide you long after this moment. And as you move into the days ahead, carry this peace with you. You do not need to explain everything. You do not need to justify your understanding. You simply need to walk forward in truth, quietly and confidently, knowing that what has been revealed was meant to guide you, not burden you. Everything is working in your favor now. The hidden has been exposed. The confusion has been cleared. And what remains is a path that is more aligned, more peaceful, and more truthful than before. Trust that path. Walk it with confidence. And know that you are being led, protected, and supported every step of the way. Now receive this final activation. Type "I walk in divine truth" in the comments if you accept this clarity fully into your life. Blessing code 144 has now been released. A number of divine alignment, protection, and spiritual completion. As you receive it, know that you are stepping into a new chapter where nothing hidden can stand in your way again. And as this message settles into your spirit, hear this call with clarity and purpose. What you have received today is not just for you. It is part of a greater flow of light that God is releasing into the world. There are souls searching, waiting, and longing for this same clarity, this same awakening. I speak this as a living word over you. As you pour into the work of light, the heavens will pour back into your life without measure. This is your moment to respond, not out of obligation, but out of alignment. As you have received truth, now step into the act of sowing truth. If this message has touched your spirit, do not delay. Support this mission through Super Thanks or through the PayPal link in the description and the QR code present with this message. This is more than giving. It is planting a seed into God's work, a seed that will multiply in ways you cannot yet see. Say within yourself, "I am answering the call. I am part of this light." And as you release your seed, may your life overflow with peace, protection, and continued revelation. May every hidden blessing find its way to you. And may you walk forward covered, guided, and lifted by divine hands. Rest now. You are safe. You are aligned. And you are exactly where you need to be.